are 150 weapons in Hypixel Skyblock, and sometimes deciding the right one for you can be a daunting task. In this video, I'm going to test and rank every weapon in the game to see which ones stand out as must-haves and which ones to avoid or not even care about. I'll be basing my judgment around a number of factors like the weapon's price, abilities, requirements, damage, and ultimately its overall usefulness, and will give them a rank of either S all the way to F tier. By the way, I've sorted the weapons into categories to make navigating this video easier for you. Timestamps are available in the description so you can skip to any segment you like. Alright, so we're in the tier maker, and as you can see here, I've organized them all. I've got Over in here with me who's going to help me position these, help me rank them. Over in Minecraft, I've got normal dungeon slayers, so I've got a lot of the weapons. Obviously some of them I don't have, especially some of the slayer weapons. I haven't really touched Blaze Slayer, but Overin has, so he'll be able to tell us about those. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. Dreadlord Sword.
If you play Mage, you definitely have used this one before. It is really good for its price.
Alrighty then, let's go ahead and do a little bit of testing. Alright. You know, it's alright, and yeah, like you said, every mage is going to own this as their first, or one of their first mage weapons at some point, so it shouldn't be overlooked. Now we have Zombie Soldier Cutlass. This is an extremely cheap weapon. So let's have a look at the stats. 100% bonus attack speed. That's like pretty insane for a weapon that's this cheap. Like, look at that attack speed.
I think it's it gets overshadowed by a lot of other melee.
Yeah,
so.
true. That's a good point. So I think you're
I would
right.
say the
Now Earth Shard. Attack speed is pretty abysmal. Damage is a lot better though. I don't think anyone really uses this, to be honest. I'm thinking it's probably worse than the Zombie Soldier Cutlass, because like no one uses it. It's more expensive. We'll start it off in E tier, but I think it could be the end of D tier over here somewhere. Fell Sword. I really like the damage and strength on this weapon and the ability. It grants one weapon damage up to 100 extra. Just think about that for a minute. 290 base weapon damage.
It's CAD 20, so that might be...
Yeah, that's a downside. To be fair though, you have to be pretty broke to be using a Fell Sword over a Livid Dagger at CAD 20. So I think it's probably a D tier.
Yeah, it's just not realistic.
E tier.
It's
like okay, Conjuring is an interesting one. As far as stats go, not that good. People don't use this for the stats, they use it for the guided sheep abilities.
Nobody does it anymore, because you can get infinite TNT, and they're practically free, so...
So you reckon...
It's an E tier.
E tier, alright. Silent Death.
Oh, Shadow Fury, but like, rip off.
The stats are just pretty bad. I don't think anyone's gonna be using this. You reckon another E tier?
Yeah, the ability looks cool, but like, it's funny.
Yeah. Crypt Witherlord Sword. Is this even a thing, actually?
Crypt Witherlord Sword. Oh, it is a thing. It requires CAD at 18. It shoots 3 skulls, each dealing 304 damage.
It's basically a Dreadlord Sword, a bit better than a Dreadlord Sword. I've never seen someone use this. Do you want to put it like...
F. I will put it in F, because like, I've never even heard of it, so...
Zombie Knight Sword. I do have one of these.
Well, maybe
requires
not
Catacomb skill 14, so yeah, you will have unlocked the Livid Dagger by that point. I reckon a D tier.
Zombie Sword.
How about we do the best one and work down from there? So Florid Zombie Sword. This does have uses. Like I own one with Ultimate Wise 5. It does what it says. It heals you.
My opinion is, if one of Atonement is not saving you, maybe using a Zombie Sword can just like help you go through some like T4 E-man when you're like really low.
I remember in the early days of my profile, I used this so much. I just always had this in my inventory with the Wand of Atonement. It was a lifesaver for early games. So I think this is maybe our first B tier, top of B tier for now. And I think with these ones, the low levels, should we just put them like one level down each? Giant Cleaver. this will be interesting. I think the damage with this would be comparable to the Livid Dagger. It's the same price, however, it doesn't have a good ability.
I would actually say it is equal to Livid Dagger, however, the Giant Cleaver requires 4-6 completion, while Livid Dagger requires 5.
Are we
It
thinking...
would be a solid high C,
Alright.
really high C.
Hyper Cleaver being floor 3 probably puts it at a similar level.
Yeah, since
I'd
it is
say the one
pretty cheap.
below. Yeah, 800k, easier requirement. The Super Cleaver, probably a D.
Yeah, around there.
And then this one is E. Yeah, Cleaver is not good at all. Undead Bow, similar vibe. Let's do the Death Bow first, shall we?
The Death
This
Bow
is a bow, not a short bow, so you have to pull it back. As you will see in the future of this video, a common theme is that if a bow isn't a short bow, it's usually not worth using as a weapon. This is because short bows fire instantly and may deal less single hit damage than a conventional bow, but will always out DPS it. And it does, I mean, I don't have any enchants on this, but it looks like it would do okay damage. I think it's pretty useless right now. Yeah, I can see like a few minute uses where this high base damage on a bow would be useful, but it's not a short bow, so you'd be needing to one tap something. Zombie Commander Whip.
Oh, not much people use it.
So it's only got base damage. Let's put it
Actually,
here.
the requirement.
Soul Stealer Bow. Like, only use is... I think this would be more useful than the Undead and Super Bow.
Yeah,
or
it's
even
cool.
Death Bow for early game Archer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because you're shooting explosive arrows, so...
How about we put
That
it in
is-
D?
since you can open crypts, some utility there.
And now we have the Machine Gun Bow. It is actually a short bow now. Machine Gun Short Bow.
The
This is your
ability's really good.
first short bow for dungeons. Really low, like, floor tier. This one was entrance, so anyone can use this. The damage is like okay. It has the rapid fire ability.
See?
That's pretty good.
So this would be a C, like
Probably
high
like-
C.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dreadlord Sword C.
Now we have the Deadly Sniper Bow.
It sucks. It is.
Yeah. I don't think we even need to discuss that. This one's
Like,
going.
it's just a Minecraft bow.
This one's going straight to F tier.
I spray one. It is really good for utility. It's almost necessary in master mode. It's 20
20 mil freezes it.
Vanilla.
You go up, you'd ice spray, and then you'd be like, bang, 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 bang. It's a must-have dungeon item for master mode, pretty much any class. So I'm thinking A tier, definitely.
So it's, yeah.
Now we have Bonzo
Bonzo
Staff. Bonzo Staff
Yes.
is a must-have for F7. You know, cheesing secrets in dungeons. Anyone who's played floor 7 is going to own and use one of these. So I'm thinking it's another A tier. I'm inclined to just keep it at the top of A tier. Adaptive Blade. I'm not even gonna read all those abilities.
It is just I don't know, it's just
Bone Reaver. This is a floor 4 craftable weapon using spirit bones. It's an upgrade of the Spirit Sword, which I think I have here as well. Yep, Spirit Sword. How about we do the Spirit Sword first? I don't think it's that good though. It's a
Better
bit
off.
pricey, high D tier.
Yeah, D tier.
Now the Bone Reaver. This is the first one we've covered that has extra swing range. Probably low
I would
C
say it's
tier.
like below Giant Cleaver.
It's
not worth the
like
price
here.
though, so
It's
worth
27
the
mil, that's
price.
what I was, yeah. If you're going to be using one of these,
just buy Livid Dagger, man.
yeah, buy, like, literally just buy Livid Dagger. Spirit Short Bow.
Is the Jujunon before they get the E-Man 5.
It's a 4 million coin short bow with 210 damage and 100 strength. Like, this looks pretty solid. I think most early game archers, this is a good option for you. I think this is probably another B tier. Bone Meringue. It's a really unique and cool concept. Dealing double damage when coming back as well.
In Kudra, if you have a Ram Bonerang, you can one-tap Kudra, so
It's pretty niche and only the top players will use these. So I'm thinking a C tier. Probably a high C, yeah, you're right. Spirit Scepter is absolutely
favorite.
amazing. Every single like early / mid game mage is rocking Wither Goggles, Storm, and a Spirit Scepter. I don't know if people still do it, but they use this over the Hyperion to clear. in F7.
Good
It's
enough to
probably a
clear.
third, a quarter of the hype's damage. It's good enough to clear. The AoE is insane as well. Like, if I just shoot it on the ground here. Yeah, it's a really solid. I'm thinking
You
low
can do
A tier.
F5, F6 with this. You can get away in floor 6 with Spirit Scepter.
Last breath, basically just a utility item.
People add duplex to it for one, like, so you can shoot it less. I think it's better than the Ice Spray, but less useful than the Bonzo.
Yeah, I'm thinking here as well.
The
Livid
Livid
Dagger.
Dagger.
So it's got a few abilities. Right click to throw, the most iconic mid-game dungeon weapon, and the backstabber ability is good as well.
The attack speed is really good since you don't need tune for it. In South Dungeons, it's better than a Bonzo. Only 7 mil. Actually, no,
Oh,
top
we've got
4.
the Shadow
Top
Fury. The difference between this and the Shadow Fury is that you lose out on the attack speed and the double damage backstab ability. The right click ability is okay, I guess. It's great for burrs who can afford it in floor 5 and floor 6. I think less people use it than people who use Spirit Scepter.
The
Flower of Truth. The heat-seeking rose is great for clearing as burrs.
It takes health instead of mana, so that might be a problem.
I'm thinking like B tier, like
Low
this.
A or high B.
Necromancer Sword. It's most well known for the ability to summon zombies. It's half the cost of Reaper Scythe, so it's a great budget summoning weapon, but it only has max souls of 2 if you're not using Reaper Mask or anything. It's definitely more useful than the Bone Meringue. Felthorn Reaper. It's the same price as a Shadow Fury, high B.
It's probably high B. High B.
Alright.
Lower than FOT. Yeah, I think Bouquet Flash should be moved down. It's a bit expensive.
Giant Sword. Half the price of a Claymore. You don't need M7 completion. Lots of people do use it.
A Wooded Cloak Sword. This can be an S tier.
Yeah, I think
It is an S tier. 4-7 is a must for lava bounces, is fire trials for the talisman.
I'm thinking to move Livid Dagger below Monzo Staff.
And it's cheap.
Move Spirit Scepter up here as well. Now we have the Wither Blades. Necron Blade. Like, it has no use. No one uses it.
Valkyrie is the most useless.
The only time you ever own a Valkyrie is when you're converting your Hyperion to Australia Valkyrie Scylla for the museum. And the Scylla is basically just a 700 million coin Wand of Atonement.
Some people actually like Australia more than Hypes, but it's really good for Master
top of A tier.
Hyperion is
easily S tier.
Is a must-have.
Dark Claymore is
Actually not the best melee.
it's second best. It's superior to the Midas Sword. This is your go-to, and people put Chimera on it. When you see someone putting Chimera on a weapon, you know it's good, not because it's some mid-tier weapon.
This S tier.
Now we have the daggers, so you're more of an expert on this than I am, because I've barely done Blaze.
Let's get to Pyrochaos and the Death Ripper. The daggers are must-have for Blaze, because without them you can't damage the boss. They used to be really expensive, but now they're like really cheap. I would say the Pyrochaos is better than Death Ripper, because of the ability Burning Vengeance. A tier overall.
Item split is best in slot for anything Enderman Slayer or Enderman related.
I would say it's A tier. The reason why it's A tier is because you can RCME, man. So you don't even, you don't have to touch it.
Maybe it's below these, because it's a higher overall cost than these two. Edible Mace. This one has been a very interesting weapon.
Double damage is like utility. You don't use it to kill stuff. You just use it to one-tap stuff.
I'm thinking Adaptive Blade because it's demoted a bit as well. Shaman Sword. I do have one of these.
Mastiff Armor and Pooch Sword is really good. Well, not really good. It's just viable for early game Ghost.
Pooch Sword.
Only done with
like I can grind Ghost and I'm not getting held back by speed reduction from the Warden helmet. Moving on to the Zombie Slayer stuff. Hailbread or the Shredded.
It is really cheap compared to a Claymore. It is pretty good.
I've used it for Revenants, tier 5 Revenants.
Other than Zombie Slayer, I don't see much of a use. I guess 4-7 aggro.
Reaper Faction is probably a low B tier. Reaper's Scythe, Enderman Slayer. It's useful for that.
must-have.
More souls than a Necromancer Sword, so it's better than that. One thing that's always overlooked is actually how good it is as a melee weapon. Reclusive
Next.
Fang, the increased damage against spiders just hasn't been relevant because you can just one-shot the boss. Reclusive Fangs is easily an E tier. Scorpion,
You don't need it for Spider Slayer, man. It's just
it's a museum item, D tier.
yep. Scorpion bow.
Mosquito bow
It's
has
technically-
been turned into a short bow. Juju short bow. This is easily high A tier. Look at the price of it. 8.4 mil. Every single like mid-game
I think
archer is
top
gonna own
8
one.
tier we can really ban it still.
Now we
Just
have the
cost
Terminator. Yeah, true. The Terminator, you can use it for Enderman Slayer, Best in Slot Bow. Like, there's so many uses. Dungeons, Master Mode, Kudra. Do you reckon here? Now onto the normal items. So we've gone through dungeons, slayers. Now we're up to normal items.
And the bow. Dragon
Short bow.
You get it for free in a quest.
Yes, you
Everybody
can,
has it.
Probably here, I reckon. Right, now onto the Void Sword. Get it for free. Probably your first sword with over 100 base damage. You get strength while wearing Ender armor. C tier.
C tier.
Aspect of the
AOTD.
dragons. Aspect of the dragons is really good for early game combat. It's got a really nice ability. You can one tap all these endermen just fine. Like here.
AOT.
These are gonna be in the same spot. AOTB probably first S. Like honestly, would you be able to live without one of these? You can live without a Hyperion.
Yeah, I can't live without an AOTV. It has been on my second slot for years.
And Stone Bow consumes all of your mana, and on your next hit will deal that much more damage.
It's just not viable though. It's not consistent.
Similar to
It's like the
Edible
Edible
Maze.
And Stone Sword. They nerfed it by adding it a cap. It used to be no cap.
I think people would still
You
use
might
it.
use it.
Aurora Staff. This was heavily nerfed. It's nerfed because it's got a requirement now.
It used to have like
it's
really low.
alright damage. Ember Rod. This is unobtainable now. It only exists as a collectible. I think I'll put it top of F tier. Fire Veil ones. For Kudra, this is a must-have.
But Email Slayer is also passive DPS.
Fire
Freeze.
Freeze staff used for Inquisitors. So I
M3.
guess that's a must-have for Diana events, so probably around the
M3.
same area. Fire Fury staff. Okay, so I bought one and I yapped about for like 5 minutes. So to sum up what I said, I basically just said that it's useful for areas like the Burning Desert where you have a bunch of mobs. It has a large AoE range, but isn't very practical because of the 20-second cooldown. Staff of the Volcano. The Staff of the Volcano is what I used to health drain in tier 5 Kudra. For that reason, it's probably like IC. Flaming Sword. It's literally fire aspect integrated on an iron sword. Sword of Bad Health. The ability's alright. People use it when they want to get like max damage. It's got a handful of abilities. Probably C tier. Pigman Sword.
This 300 defense is actually pretty good.
This is probably a really good sword starting out. Like, let's say you're a good Bizarre Flipper. You don't have a very high combat level. This is only like 7 mil. I'm thinking this is like a solid high C tier. Blade of the Volcano.
It got combat 22 as a requirement. Probably not. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah, probably
Like,
D tier. The Alchemist Staff. So I've got the Alchemist Staff here. Ultimate Wise 5 doesn't do anything because this is a coin cost item, which makes this automatically an easy F tier. Because who's going to be paying 100,000 coins per right click just to one-shot graveyard zombies or deal 700k damage? And if you thought that was bad enough, you can't even put enchants on it. This is like single-handedly the biggest scam of a weapon in this entire game. I don't have a magma bow. It's going to F tier. Hellstorm ones. It's way too expensive for what it's worth.
It's 5 ability damage, man.
This is one of the new drops from Kudra. The reason why it's so expensive is because it's a rare drop. I'm not spending 165 mil to gain 5 ability damage every 30 seconds. And Rager,
Erasure.
they didn't remove it from the game, but it's unobtainable.
Alright.
It's basically a collectible item now and a troll in floor 7, so take that as you will. I'm just gonna put that at the top of F tier.
Ragnarok Axe.
This one is
Called
really
the-
useful actually. This has so many uses. It's basically just a really huge damage buff, especially if you have a golden dragon. It's basically used for anything damage wise and gives an insane damage buff, which earns it a solid A tier. Next we have the rift items. Aspect of
I
the
don't like
leech is not even that useful.
C tier, but you will use it still.
Wild
Yes.
sword.
Is your first sword. It is trash. It's a progression system, so without it, you can't get Silver Twist Karambit, so I guess that's a must-have.
Let's do steak first.
It's a must-have of Vampire Slayer, because it one-taps it at 33% health.
And for that, I think it deserves a B tier. Let's do Silver Twist Karambit. Obviously, it's the best. Probably A tier. Lowest A tier. Rogue sword.
Speed is pretty good. When you don't have a God Pod, it does kind of help, honestly.
Yeah, this will save you a lot of time. Celeste one. Okay, we have all of like Celeste, Starlight, Square, Mercenary. Let's do Celeste ones.
It is my first major weapon. It strikes people with lightning with no cooldown.
Probably D tier. Starlight. Okay, it looks pretty cool.
Yup.
For the Squire sword and the Mercenary sword, they're both kind of cheap, but probably only the Squire sword is worth the price, because you can go over to the weaponsmith and get a undead sword for just 100 coins, and it deals a lot more damage to the undead mobs, so just not worth it for the stats. The Sword of Revelation, it's kind of unspoken of.
Who actually uses it?
Speaking of Daedalus Axe, this is such a banger weapon. I'm gonna think this deserves S tier, just because of how many situations you use it. Best in slot magic find weapon, since it copies stats of your pet. Emerald Blade. Back in the days, this was good. Yeah, no one uses Blade. This is probably another E tier. Explosive Bow. Damage wise, it's really bad. It's 1 mil. This is just a museum item. Explosive Bow going into E tier. Fancy Sword. It's really cheap. Deals 150% damage to mobs on mining islands. It has decent strength. I can see a use for this early game. I reckon this is like a C tier. Frozen Scythe. Frozen Scythe is an interesting one.
It is pretty good. It does carry you through early game as a mage real well.
Like a budget Spirit Scepter, I guess. It's just a pretty mid weapon. Obviously, next is the Glacial Scythe, which is a lot better. Speaking of Glacial Scythe, mana cost of 34.
It does do some explosive damage. Like, I think it has a radius, like little radius. Full stang as a Spirit Scepter, but it's more expensive. Calicum's 10, so that's actually pretty good. The Ghoul Buster, I've never used it. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be like, isn't it the Halloween one that shoots stuff?
It's got a very niche use. Now onto the Golem Sword.
Prehistoric Giant Sword. This is D tier.
Now for the Hurricane Bow. Hurricane Bow is the OG bow. This one is from 2020. It's probably the one I either bought or crafted myself. One of the only bows that shot more than 1 arrows. We can rank both the Venom Touch and the Hurricane Bow at the moment. Overall, I think they've both just been outdated by short bows. Next we have the Ink Wands. Pretty fun weapon. Almost 5 mil damage. One of its only uses is just one-shotting bosses that take RCM damage.
It's a funny weapon, yes.
Machine Gun. It just ends up taking so much mana to fire, it's not worth using as an actual weapon. And its only use nowadays is during floor 7 and M7 when you want to like climb up some walls. Now we have the Silk Edge Sword and the Leaping Sword. These weapons are pretty fun, I guess, to use.
The stats are not bad, but I've never seen anyone use it myself.
I'm gonna go to D tier.
Not much.
Midas Sword.
One of the best melee in the game.
People are putting Chimera 5 on this thing, so that's when you know it's good. Midas Staff.
It's a really good weapon for early game closure if you can't afford a hype. Midas Staff is still pretty expensive. Does more damage than a hype but less DPS.
I reckon we should put it here. Prismarine Blade. It's been used for getting ridiculous damage because of the 200% damage buff while in water. Other than that, complete garbage. Prismarine bow. It's just the magma bow.
It shoots prismarine shards. Like, are we real?
Raider axe. It's alright. It's cheap.
Like, it's just a really iconic early game weapon. I would say low B.
Renan's bow. No real applications now. It's cheaper now than it was, but still, it's not a short bow, which immediately renders it pretty useless. Savannah bow. All damage dealt with this bow is doubled.
Really stupid. Like, why not just double the damage of the bow?
No one's using this. However, the hunt axes, I don't really know if I should include these or not.
They're not really weapons. It varies a lot. You can put a claymore in it and it will deal pretty good damage.
So let's start with the prime hunt axe. These are the base stats. I think what we should be looking at is that the damage is capped at 50% of the enemy's max health. Like, that's the best in slot hunting. That should earn an A tier, in my opinion. Sin Seeker Scythe, we're on to our last row.
The only people who use this are M7 sweats for secret routes. And you won't use it on that, so that is a D tier.
Slime bow. Next we have the Soul's Rebound. Bro, the bow is disabled.
When it's not disabled, it used to be a really good bow. You can one-tap stuff with it, I'm pretty sure.
Like around these weapons, Edible Mace and Stone Bow. Soul Whip and Flaming Flay. So it's an upgrade of the Soul Whip. It costs 62 mil, which is a lot more.
And you need Fishing 47, which...
I think Soul Whip is better, to be honest. It's much cheaper. Ghost
It's cost
Grinding.
effective.
I reckon it's like a solid B tier. The Flaming Flay should probably be around the same spot. Like, the uses are kind of niche. It requires a high fishing level. It's pretty expensive. Kind of like the Glacial Scythe. Spider Queen Stinger. It's not a short bow, so kind of useless. Sulfur Bow. Better than a Slime Bow because it's cheaper. Yeti Sword. Do you want to go into like a floor 1 run? This is actually a really good budget Hyperion. But the reason why it's like a budget Hyperion is because the mage class makes the ability cooldown. You can kind of spam it. Yeah, and with the 1.21 update, when you right click it, it doesn't slow you down. The Spirit Scepter is better for clearing, but I think the Yeti Sword is better than the Flower of Truth and Glacial Scythe. So I think a low A tier.
I do believe it's better than Spirit Scepter because you can go to Kujo with Yeti Sword. If you go to Kujo T1 for Spirit Scepter, it's just
Yeah,
funny.
that's Tactician Sword.
If it's from the Master Tactician for 35k, you gain damage per collection level
I'm thinking
modifier.
like a low D tier. Tribal Spear.
It is practically useless, but you get some form of it.
Probably middle of these. Hunter Knife.
It is a minion upgrade for the Halloween alchemist thing to get French fries.
Well, then I guess it has A use, so it's not an F tier. Spider Sword.
Spiders, this is probably your first weapons.
Easy E tier as
E tier.
well. Undead Sword. You're gonna use this for like 5 hours max on a new profile, so again, just put this. I think it deserves to be above the other ones though, because you do use it to kill the zombies.
End sword. I don't see you using this weapon in the end, so
Yeah.
I think it's lower than the spider, since you will have better weapons by the time you go to the end.
Artisanal short bow. This is the cheapest short bow, so I think that gives it some credit. I mean, people will use this for the blaze puzzle, so I think that deserves at least a D.
I think it's a C tier. Consider how cheap it is, and it's like a cheap short bow.
Wither bow. Probably F tier, to be honest.
The only withers there are in this game is literally 47 M7, and you are not bringing this to 47, mate.
Staff of the Rising Sun, kind of just like a collectible aspect of the Jerry. Well, the thing with the aspect of the Jerry is it tells you to subscribe. Easy S tier. In all seriousness though, if you've enjoyed so far, please subscribe. It lets me know that you like my videos and appreciate all the time and effort I put into them. Anyways, back to the tier list. Now I know some of you nerds out there are saying, actually there's only 148 weapons on that tier list and you said there were over 150 weapons in the game. Well, there are definitely more than 150 weapons in the game, especially after the most recent Spider Slayer update, but let's just ignore those as this video is taking so long to make. The admins are releasing updates faster than I can keep up. Crazy times, I know. The Voodoo Doll, I don't count that as a weapon. I know, fight me in the comments. The Tormentor was a semi-recently added weapon from the new Kuja loot pool, and at the time of making the tier list, First Guy didn't have a texture for it. It's basically the best in slot weapon for damage outside of dungeons, but your damage taken is doubled, making alternatives like the Claymore much more appealing. I'd give this a B tier. And then we have these. the decent bow, and Aerie. I don't know why, but these either have no first guy texture at all, or I lost them somehow. The Aerie I'd give a D tier, and the decent bow is an easy F tier. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. The tier list render will be linked in the description if I'm smart enough to figure out how to do that. Otherwise, it'll be in my Discord server, link in the description. Anyways, comment your favorite weapon and have a great rest of your day. Bye.